metals like copper, silver, and mercury have been used for centuries to control microbial growth due to their antimicrobial properties. This metal can disrupt microbial cell structure and function by denaturing proteins, damaging membranes, or interfering with essential cellular processes. While heavy metals can be effective biocides, their use is often limited due to toxicity to humans and the environment, and the potential for the microbial resistance.
Your figure has been eating since last week. What have you been doing? My brother's pills. It's kind of like penicillin or something, but after 3 days of taking it, I actually stopped because I feel a bit better. That's the problem. Stopping antibiotics too soon will let the bacteria survive and let it become resistant. So, as you can see here, antibiotic kills the bacteria, but if you don't finish the course, the strongest one will survive and multiply. Thus, this evolved bacteria resist penicillin. That's why you haven't gotten better. Oh really? What should I do now? Will make it worse? We'll try different antibiotics for now, but remember, never share or stop your medication way too early. Before that, here I have some brochure that you can read on antibiotics and its resistance. Oh really? Thank you, doctor. That's actually a relief.
Let's talk about the ultimate betrayal, antibiotics. Our knight in shining armor, our medical miracle workers have been twisting their knives on our back. We believe that they can save us from everything from a common sore throat to sepsis. But here's the dirty deception. Our ones that no one's want to admit. Our savior has turned into our executioner.
So we need to discuss about what is actually antibiotics. Antibiotics is actually a type of antimicrobial substance that is active against bacteria. It is also the most important type of antibacterial agent for fighting bacterial infections. Antibiotics is actually widely used in the treatment and prevention of such infections. It actually either kill or inhibit the growth of bacteria. So, the example that I can give here is actually penicillin, which is the most commonly used, and aminoglycoside.
Penicillin was supposed to be our counterbalance. It attacks bacteria with precision, smashing their walls like a sledgehammer. The bacterial cell wall will rupture and erupt due to the osmotic pressure. This is what we call a microscopic genocide. But bacteria, they have been taking note. They have been planning their revenge. So, how does this superbug, and for a lack of a better word, evolve into this impenetrable being? It's easy. The answer is us. We train them. You know, when you take antibiotic and stop a tiny bit early because you feel better. Huge mistakes. Those surviving bacteria, they're not just lucky. They're taking notes. They're learning the strategy of their antibiotics. For the next time you get sick, those same job, it won't work because they have rewritten the rules. They share those resistance gene like it's a cheat code. And guess what? They never forget. Let's talk data and statistics. According to the World Health Organization, antibiotic resistance has claimed over 4.9 million deaths by 2019. That number surpasses the HIV and malaria cases alone. The culprit for this, the rapid misuse of antibiotic. Patients that abandon their prescription way too early, people that share pills like it's candy, and overworked doctors that over-prescribe medication for common cold or viral sniffles. If this continues unchecked, we are barreling towards a grim reality where by 2050 there will be a total of 10 million deaths annually. That is one corpse every 3.2 seconds. This is not a fantasy, neither is it a nightmare. It's a reality. It's mathematically inedible. Remember, numbers don't lie.
So, from the skit earlier, maybe you might be wondering, how do we actually take antibiotics properly? So let me tell you. Firstly, we need to only take antibiotics when the doctor prescribes it. Next, we need to store it accordingly, which is keeping cool, dry place away from heat, light, and moisture. Next, we need to finish the doses even though you feel better. Why? I will explain later. And lastly, we cannot share our antibiotics with anybody else. So, why do we need to finish our antibiotics? Here are the reasons why. Firstly, we need to finish our antibiotics to kill all the bacteria. This is because antibiotics does not kill all the harmful bacteria instantly. So, if you stop early, the stronger ones might survive and cause the infection to return back. Next, we need to finish our antibiotics to prevent antibiotic resistance. Actually, stopping early might help the bacteria to adapt and become resistant to the antibiotics. This might cause the bacteria to not react to the same antibiotics in the future. And lastly, we need to finish our antibiotics to actually prevent relapse. If we stop too soon, the infection may come back worse.
Doctor, my finger is infected after I got a printer. My mom made me put honey on it, but I don't think it is working. Honey? Oh, that's so incredible. However, let's use something more modern and science-based. Oh, is that a real silver? Yep, hospitals use this special bandages to kill bacteria, because silver kills germs and bacteria on our skin surfaces. So, this is like an antibiotic for the skin? Exactly, different tools for different jobs. No, stop putting fruits on your bones. Okay, I promise I'll try to rinse it. Thank you, doctor.
What is heavy metals? Heavy metals are chemical elements with relatively high densities and atomic weight, many of which can be toxic to living organisms, even at low concentration, but heavy metals can also be used to control microorganisms. These are the examples of heavy metals: lead, mercury, cadmium, silver, and chromium. So, how can heavy metals control microorganisms? First, heavy metals like platinum used in chemotherapy, which in treatment of cancer cells. Platinum, like carboplatin, will bind to the cancer cell and damage the DNA of the cell, thus leading to cell death. Second, mercurochrome is an antiseptic that widely used to treat a minor cut, scrapes, or wounds. It's a mercury-based compound recognized by its distinctive red color.
Mom, I feel so hot and my body itches everywhere.
How long have you had this fever?
It's been 2 days. I've also been throwing up. My muscle hurt too.
Have you eaten or drunk anything unusual?
I've been drinking water from the tap water because I think it's easier than to have boiled water. Some heavy metals are essential because they help enzymes, the tiny biological tools that speed up chemical reactions in our body. Example are zinc and copper. Zinc is very important. It is part of 3000 enzymes that help our body with digestion, making new cells, healing wounds, and keeping our immune system strong. Without enough enzyme, our body ability to grow and repair itself is weaker. Copper is also crucial. It helps enzymes produce energy in our cells, form strong connective tissues like bone and skin, and protect our cells from damage by working as an antioxidant. For example, the enzyme superoxide dismutase needs copper to neutralize harmful free radicals. So, without these heavy metals, our enzyme cannot function properly, and many body processes would slow down or stop. This is why we need small amounts of these metals in our daily diet, but not too much, because high levels can be toxic. The point number 2 is oxygen transport. Another important role of heavy metals is in carrying oxygen throughout our body, mainly through iron. Iron is a main part of hemoglobin, which is the red pigment in our red blood cell. Hemoglobin picks up oxygen in our lungs and carries it through the bloodstream to all the cells and organs that need for energy. Iron is also found in myoglobin, a similar protein in muscle that stores oxygen for when we need extra energy, like during exercise. If we don't get enough iron, our body cannot make enough healthy red blood cells. This causes iron deficiency anemia, which makes people feel tired, weak, and pale because their tissues don't get enough oxygen. This shows vital iron is this shows how vital iron is without it. Our blood, our, this shows how vital iron is without it. Our blood can't do its main job, delivering oxygen to keep us alive and active. So, a balanced diet with enough iron from foods like meat, leafy greens, and beans is very important for good health.